Okay, so I decided to go ahead and do my cases 21 and 22 ranking now, so I can just sort everything when I'm done here. So let's go ahead and get started here. In last place for case 21 is Thunderpants, which is actually a really funny movie. I was laughing a lot, and Rupert Grint, Ron Weasley, played an actually intelligent character instead of a goofy sidekick like he is as Ron Weasley. He's like the sciencey Hermione Granger of the movie. Um, and it's actually a really funny movie, but uh, it has some pretty stiff competition here. So, unfortunately, it is in fifth and last place here. In fourth place is Tremors 6, A Cold Day in Hell. This one is set in a Arctic environment where it's very cold, and as if the title didn't clue you into it being cold. But yeah, more Tremors creature feature stuff going on there. Lots of fun, wacky stuff. Burt Gummer became like the main character of the series after being a side character in like the first two movies. He became like, oh hey, it's Burt Gummer. He's the famous guy that helped us with all these problems here. And then we have in third place Tremors 7, Shrieker Island. And as you would expect, that one is set on an island, and the Shrieker variety of the Graboid is the bad guy there. Those are the ones that use, I think they have like heat thermal vision or something like that, so they see your body heat signature or something. Our runner-up is Tremors the series, and I didn't even know this existed until I got my Tremors 7 movie collection plus the complete series. And it's kind of set during the first three movies, before it got like super wacky and Burt Gummer became the main character. The Tremors series kind of started him being the main character guy, in a way, but still lots of fun. And then my favorite for these five titles is The Unborn, and I've only seen the PG-13 theatrical edition. I have not watched the unrated cut yet. But even just the PG-13 theatrical version was pretty good and pretty disturbing with some of the things they were, some of the mythology they were laying out. It's some kind of disturbing stuff there, but I enjoyed it. So there we go. Yeah, I'll be right back with the second portion, which is going to be a little bit longer. So yeah, I'll be back with more in just a second. Alright, so here we go with the second portion of this ranking. And as predicted, this one is going to be a bit longer. In 22nd place, we have Unknown, starring Liam Neeson action movie guy. It's another one of those kind of generic action movie guys where he's basically Brian Mills from Taken with a different name and different scenario, but same sort of vibe to it. He did a lot of those action movies for a while. In 21st place, we have Uptown Girls, which is a cute, kind of like babysitter story. In 20th place is Sideshow, the bottom title on this disc here. In 19th place, we have Demonic Toys 2, which is the only one from that disc that I've seen. In 18th place, we have Demonic Toys 1. I don't really have a whole lot to say about those three movies. Um, Demonic Toys 1 and 2 are kind of like possession stories, like Chucky, sort of, only less slasher-y, slasher-esque, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, moving on. In 17th place, we have The Wedding Guest. And I don't know what kind of cover thing is on the disc here with this on there. It's kind of annoying. I don't want to take it off because I risk damaging the disc if I do. So I just have to put up with it. But yeah, I don't know why some of my discs have this type of cover thing on it. Like, you can even sort of feel, if you touch the disc, where that border ends. It ends like right here. Or here. It ends right where the tip of that paper is. One of my How to Train Your Dragon movies has the same thing on there, and it's like, dude, why are you ruining my disc? It still plays just fine, so it's just annoying and doesn't look good. But moving on. In 16th place, we have White Chicks, and you might be wondering why I said White Chicks if there's obviously two black dudes on here. They disguise themselves as white women, white blonde women nonetheless, to try and popularize themselves. And it's bizarre cross-dressing stuff. Not my vibe. It's not like something super fun like She's the Man or Mrs. Doubtfire. It takes it in a weird, really strange direction that I'm not a fan of. In 15th place, we have What's Your Number? And that is not talking about one's phone number. It's talking about something else. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It has Anna Faris and Chris Evans in here, and they're always fun to see in things. I actually just watched something a couple days ago that had Chris Evans in it, and he was trying to figure out what love felt like and how to describe it for a rom-com he was writing. He was a screenwriter, and it was interesting and funny. In 14th place, we have What If? This is about I want to say like Catholic or no, some sort of Christian guy. I think he was like a Christian preacher, and he had a near-death experience, and this guy, who's an angel, visits him and kind of gives him a look at what his life could have been like if he had stuck with the preacher stuff. And these are his daughters and wife if he had stayed in that other life. And he starts to really enjoy the life that he could have had when right at the end of it, he goes back to the life he already had to begin with, that he chose instead of that one with the daughters and wife. In 13th place, you might think this is out of place given where it falls alphabetically, but it'll make sense when we get to one of the other titles included here, which is Weird Science. I had them under W for Weird Science to keep this collection of movies together. But in 13th place, we have Fast Times at Ridgemont High, lower title right here. And it's a raunchy, fun high school story. In 12th place is Dazed and Confused. Again, kind of a raunchy high school story. That's not quite as fun as Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but I have it placed higher for some reason. I'd have to reevaluate that in another ranking, but for now, it is how it is. I apologize. I sound so gross right now, and coughing like this is nasty. for a video. In 11th place, we have From Within, kind of a demonic possession story from the After Dark Horror Fest 3 collection. And kicking off our top 10 is either the theatrical or the extended cuts or director's cut of The Wolfman from, I believe, 2010, because that's the only year I found on the disc is 2010. I think. Let's see. I'm looking at the border around the disc. Yeah, no. So 2010 is the only year that I see mentioned on the disc. So I'm going to say this came out in 2010. And it's pretty good. Pretty good reboot of the Wolfman movie from the Universal Classic Monsters collection. I think I like the one from the Universal Classic Monsters collection a little bit better than the theatrical version of this. But the director's cut is a little bit better than the original, I think. There just was another Wolfman movie that came out not too long ago. I have a poster of it for it in my room. And that one I would like to see, but haven't seen yet. Excuse me, my goodness. In 9th place, we have Woman in the Woods right here. And she's basically in survival mode all the time. And follow her along on a fun little adventure of self-discovery. In 8th place, we have Xanadu, the movie. My sister's play was infinitely better than the movie, where she played the same character as, what's her name? Oh, I forget the actress's name. Anyway, she did much better than the movie itself did, and it was a lot more wacky and fun, and the other muses, the lead characters, Olivia Newton-John, that's who it was. Olivia Newton-John. Her in the movie, her other muse sisters are very much side characters that show up once or twice in the entire thing. Whereas in the stage production, they play an integral part in it. Particularly two that try and mess up everything. But yeah. Anyway, so it is a pretty decent little musical movie. It's kind of wacky and fun, but it's supposed to be. And like I said, my sister just like blast the movie out of the water with taking over Olivia Newton-John's character as the lead muse, and was a lot more compelling. That could just be family bias, honestly, but because my sister's great on stage. But yeah. In 7th place, we have Yes Man, starring Jim Carrey. Why am I spacing on people's names? Probably because I'm sick and my head is full of snot. So yeah, Jim Carrey's Yes Man. At first, his character is very much like, no, I don't want to do this type of thing. No, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do this. Don't want to do that. And then someone's like, dude, just try being a yes man. Whenever someone suggests you do something, just be like, yes, I'll try that out. And yeah, I'll do that. And it gets pretty wacky and fun as Jim Carrey is good at. He's good at making things that are really wacky, bizarre, and kind of over the top with the humor and whatnot that he has. But it adds to the charm of this particular story. One of my favorite parts is when he tries Red Bull for the first time and gets like super crazy high or like high energy, like caffeine high, and he's like, so I never tried Red Bull, and then I tried Red Bull, and he keeps interrupting someone by saying Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, I personally hate Red Bulls. I think they are nasty. They all make me puke. But um, it's funny in the context of the movie. It works for the movie. Let's see here. In sixth place, we have Van Helsing, the live action movie. I should clarify the live action movie, because there is a animated movie that is set before this that is a prequel. That I haven't watched that one yet. But it has the same cast and everything. But this one stars Hugh Jackman as the title character, as Van Helsing. This is what Dracula ends up looking like near the end of the movie, I believe. And um, it seems kind of like a low hanging fruit type story. Is like, oh, we're talking about Van Helsing. I mean, he kind of goes hand in hand with Dracula, but it's just more about him than it is about Dracula, and that's not really the vibe that it gives off in the movie, which is kind of nice. Like, yeah, Van Helsing is the main character, but all the creatures and whatnot don't take a backseat. Like, oh, it's Van Helsing's movie. They're full on in the plot and whatnot, and moving the plot forward and whatnot. And Hugh Jackman does a great job. This one came out in like 2004, so he had, I think, only done the first two X-Men movies, X-Men 1 and X-Men X2, X-Men United at the time. So he wasn't super like well known as the Wolverine yet, but he was starting to be like, hey, this guy was Wolverine. Hey, let's get him in our movie. It was just like right at the beginning of that type of point in his career. Now it's hard to imagine anyone else playing Wolverine, although I think Henry Cavill could do a good job because his cameo as the Cavalrine in Deadpool and Wolverine was beautiful. But anyway, fan casting aside, excuse me. In fifth place, we have Van Helsing Season 1. I brought up Disc 3. All three discs look the same like this. But I think there's like 5 seasons total. I only have the first one. So I'm going to try and find the rest of the series because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I only left rooms for Season 2 so far. But anyway, yeah, moving on. In fourth place, the reason Dazed and Confused and Fast Times at Ridgemont High are in under W is because of Weird Science in number 4 here. I got the 4 movies together, so they kind of go hand in hand with one another. So I decided to keep them together instead of separating them and putting the other one under either Dazed or Confused for D or F for Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I decided to put them under W for Weird Science. That's just how my mind works. Weird Science is about, it's kind of sketchy. It's kind of sketchy. It's about these two like 13-year-old boys, either 12 or 13, and they create what they think would be their dream woman. And the first thing they do with her is take a shower with her, which would be fine usually, sort of. Not fine, like, oh yeah, go ahead and do it. But it's more creepy when you realize that the perfect woman that they created was in her 20s and they were only 13. That's where the creepiness comes in. But aside from that one part, the rest of the story is not as creepy as that one segment. It's actually pretty funny at times, and I was laughing so much humor, so funny. I believe it also has a young Robert Downey Jr. in it before he was Iron Man, which is like, hey, I know that guy. He's Iron Man, and he's going to be Doctor Doom. Cool. I like him. Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor. I'm so glad that he was Iron Man for so long, from Iron Man 1 up through Endgame, and now he's going to be Doctor Doom. That's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for that. I've seen a couple of the trailers for Avengers Doomsday. I saw one of them in theaters. I saw the X-Men teaser trailer in theaters, but I saw the other two as Steve Rogers and Thor on online on YouTube here. And I haven't seen the fourth one yet with Shuri, the Thing, Namor, etc. Um, so I hope to be able to see that one eventually. And any other teasers and whatnot that come out for Avengers Doomsday, because I am so pumped for that movie. So pumped. Oh, it's easily my most anticipated Marvel movie after No Way Home, honestly. Like, I am super pumped for it. I can't stress that enough. Anyway, moving on. Sorry. In third place, we have When a Stranger Calls, 2006. This one's set in a like a rich doctor's home where you get a call from inside the house being like, "Hey, have you checked on the kids? Or have you checked on the kid? Oh, you better check on the kid. Why haven't you checked on the kid?" And it's like super creepy. It's like creepy situation. And the the protagonist, like the good guy character, or the one being taunted by the calls, tries to figure out like what the heck is going on. She involves the police to be like, "Hey, I'm getting these calls. I don't know where this guy is. I think he's somewhere on the premises of this house that I'm babysitting for. What do I do?" And she keeps calling the cops, and they set up a trace to be so if the guy calls and is on the phone for like a minute, I think they're able to trace it and be like, "Oh crap, he's in the house with you." But yeah, um, I think they handled it a little bit better in the original, which is why our runner-up is When a Stranger Calls, 1979, and that one is yeah, same situation, but it extends beyond that sentence. This one had a little bit more of a backstory before the creepy events began, whereas the original started with the creepy events going on and whatnot, and then kind of had more payoff and whatnot later on in the movie. But yeah, I think it's interesting. The original's rated R. I mean, it's 1979 R, so it's a lot cleaner than R ratings would be today. But um, and then the 2006 remake is PG-13. I just think that's kind of funny. But my favorite of the bunch for this particular video is X1 from the X trilogy, featuring X, Pearl, and Maxine, with three X's in Maxine. I haven't gotten or seen those other two, but I have seen this one, and if those other two are anything as good as this one, then I'm going to be pretty excited to check those ones out and add them to my collection. And I will be triple formatting all three with DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks across the trilogy. And that is it for this particular video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Keep talking movies. We all know I will.